All right, Raven, welcome to the show, my friend. We've got a few people watching. First, give me an intro as to who you are and where you work.
All right. So, hi guys. My name is Raven, and I work with Virtudesk. I'm a social media manager slash graphic designer. So yeah, that's pretty much my title. What I do is I design graphics specifically and exclusively for Virtudesk. Um, yeah, and um, everything that is related into graphic design, social media managing, I do that. So. Yeah.
Nice, man. So you're the man. All right, what's your experience? Where'd you learn to do the graphic designing?
Yeah, so I studied multimedia arts when I was in college, and but graphic design was way back. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Friendster, but here in my country, it was very popular back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it was where you can customize your profile. So let's say Facebook, right? You have a profile, you can customize the banner, everything, right? In
Yep.
Friendster, you can customize the background, you can add widgets and whatever you want to add. Like you can treat it like your own website, and that's where it started. So I started creating my own backgrounds, you know, just trying to tweak up my profile, making it look nice and cool. So yeah, and
Nice.
then I took it up in college, and there you go. I'm a professional like graphic designer right now, doing it for a living.
I love that, man. I love it.
Thank you,
You're
thank you.
probably much better than me at that. So I'm glad you're on the show. So let's get into the tools because I'm all about tools, whether it's for me that simplify the processes or for our team that just make it easier to create some of these graphics and then make marketing better. So what are some of the tools that you use, man?
Right. So first, of course, we need a communication tool, right? We need to talk to our clients or to our customers. And what I use personally is Skype and Facebook Messenger. Okay. And we can use iMessage as well. Basically, whatever out there that is free, we can use it as long as it has a video call, a nice, a nice server where it's fast and yeah, because communication is key, right?
Okay. And you communicate with your team, so you're using Skype or Messenger daily?
Yes. So for
All right.
Skype, it's mainly work. For Messenger, it's kind of personal where we can send, um, whatever stuff that we like or that inspires us to, create.
All right, I like that. All right, we use, and you know this, we use Messenger, but for the iPhone. Everybody on our team
Oh,
has an iPhone, so it's easier for us who are real estate agents or business owners because we're always on the go with our phones. So,
mhm.
but that's where we're on, and I like to communicate with our team daily. So good. All right. So besides that, what are we looking at tools when it comes down to marketing or graphic design? What do you recommend, or what are you using?
Right. So me, I use Canva personally for Virtudesk because good thing about Canva, you can co-work with your co-workers. Like you can create a design, you can edit it together with your team, even if you're not together. So let's say I have a design that is pending and it needs revision, and I can't figure out on how to get it approved, so my coworker will help me. He's gonna jump into the design, and then we can work on it together at the same time remotely. And that's the good thing about Canva. But for like more specific tasks, I use Illustrator and
What's
Adobe
that?
Photoshop. Illustrator,
Oh, Illustrator. Got it.
yeah.
Illustrator. Do you have any examples you can show us on Canva on how you use it and what you built, or
Yeah,
no?
no problem. Yeah, got it, got it. I can show you like what I'm working on right now.
Please, I would love it because it kind of helps us visualize it. And that way, when we're hiring a VA for design work or marketing, it's a
Mhm.
lot easier. Plus,
Yeah,
Raven,
sure.
you could just train them for me, okay?
No problem. I'm gonna ask my boss.
I'll be like, hey, I just hired somebody, Raven, go train them, please.
Okay, I'm gonna show my screen and yeah, show you guys what I'm working on right now.
All right.
So here is a blog header I'm working on for the Virtudesk website.
Okay.
So the challenge for the beginner graphic designer, let's say just when you were starting out, is how to cut out a picture from the background, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yep.
in Canva Pro, you can do that in just one click. So I'll show you guys. This is a free training, Tristan. So
Thank you.
sit tight, guys. So you just have to click this image,
Uh-huh.
click on effects, and then just click this background remover. Just
Oh, that
wait
was easy.
for a couple of seconds. Yeah, very easy, Tristan, compared to what we were doing back then. Like you have to manually trace it,
Okay.
and it's taking a lot of time
That's fine.
before.
I have a question for you anyway while it's, oh,
There you go.
wow. All right.
There
That
you
looks
go.
great.
And just resize it.
Oh, that's way easier than I thought. You see, I never even used
It is. It
that
is.
feature, man. All
Yeah.
right, question for you, Raven, on this. Where
Sure.
do you get the inspiration on design? Because I find that some people just get the design all wrong. Where do you look for that inspiration? Because the challenge that I find is some VAs that we've hired in the past, not the ones we have now, but the ones in the past, it's hard for them to find that inspiration. So I'm always having to send them stuff, right? And say, hey,
Yeah.
make it look like this.
Mhm.
Where do you go to for that?
Totally interesting because for me, the beginning of my career, it's like just looking for inspirations. However, when you've been doing this for years, it's just I think it's the culture on how you feed yourself on visual graphics. So how what you consume personally, it's gonna affect your style and
Mhm.
how you receive your clients. Let's say you're gonna instruct me on what to do, on how I perceive it and how I understand it, and then I'm gonna incorporate my design. So
Okay.
let's say you send me something, right? And then it's like an inspiration or a peg where I'm
Yep.
gonna model my design.
Mhm.
So I get the elements, the key elements of what you want from that design.
Uh-huh.
So let's say you want this kind of style, minimalist, this color, this type of shade, this type of text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something, a draft maybe, and then present it to you. And then once I've shown it to you, you're gonna tell me like what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and then from there it's just a process, you know. Um, and then once I get your style, like I
Okay.
once we get together, let's say we work for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months, and then you that's it. No need to send me designs or inspirations because I got your style already, and I'm pretty sure that um, it's gonna get approved or
All
you're
right.
gonna like it.
So,
Yeah,
question about that.
yeah,
Do
sure.
you have your clients send you exactly what they want and you start copying it from there?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So
perfect.
just
That
for the
that's
first
that's what I
time,
thought.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into video tools because I know
Hmm.
a lot of the VAs out there are now editing the videos that we're doing. And I think that that's one thing that people are very interested in. So tell me about those tools that you're using for video editing specifically.
Sure. So for video editing, there's a couple video editing software that you can use. Right now in this digital world, we use our phones mostly for everything, right? And
Yep.
it's just so handy, and phones are really fast, really the system or the processors are strong. So
Yep.
for phones, if you want to edit videos from phones, you can download Adobe Rush.
Okay.
It's like it's really good actually. I create videos using that. I was trying to vlog like months ago, and I created my videos using my phone with the help of Adobe Rush.
Okay.
That's for mobile, okay? And for computers or laptop, you can actually use Canva as well for video editing, like explain your videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's easy. It's click and drag, very user friendly, beginner friendly, and for the more like intricate stuff, you can use Adobe Premiere, and it's similar to Adobe Rush.
I mean, why not use Adobe
Mhm.
Rush? Look, I've got Adobe Rush right here on desktop. Why not use this
Mhm.
over Premiere? Is Rush easier for, let's say, if the business owner wants to do it themselves, is this easier to use?
Oh yeah, if they're personally doing their videos, it's much easier. It's much easier than to learn Premiere Pro. So personally, I use Premiere Pro, but when I figured that there's a way to edit my videos using my mobile phone, well, I jumped to it like no brainer.
Okay.
So recommended.
All right, cool. But you're telling me you use Premiere. So like if I was going to send you a video to edit, you're going to jump in and use Premiere?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Premiere in my laptop, and then yeah, basically, why I use Premiere is because I'm more comfortable using it because I've been using it for years rather than
Yeah.
Premiere Rush. But right now, I'm really trying to like shift into Rush because good thing about Rush, Tristan, um, you're editing in your phone, and there's a cloud-based database from Adobe, and what it does is you're editing in your phone. You can continue your edit or your work into PC and without having to download anything because it's stored up there in the cloud. So yeah, it's simultaneous. So
All
very
right. So question for you, Raven, because
sure.
Rashad has a good question here. He
Mhm.
says, do you recommend any trainings to learn Adobe Premiere or Rush? I own them both, but don't know how to use them. And that's normal. I think a lot of us own editing software that we just didn't take time to learn or have it invested into a
Mhm.
class. Uh, with you, Raven, you went to school for it. Where else are you learning it along the way? Are you going to YouTube? Are you going to a different place to learn? What are you doing?
Okay, so YouTube is the best teacher we got right now during the pandemic. So I've learned a lot using YouTube. I cannot recommend a specific video, a specific content creator for the tutorial, but I recommend you first learn the shortcuts because it's going to improve your workflow. So the shortcuts on how to cut videos, the basics basically, and of course the shortcuts again and again. I'm trying to tell beginners and newbies that you must learn to use shortcuts so you can work efficiently and smoother. So yeah, just search YouTube for free tutorials. It's the best teacher. And if you want specific specific topics, you can go ahead and search on Udemy. So that's where we buy our courses.
Yep, me
Udemy.
too.
Yeah.
That's very funny that you did that. So that, dude, that's where I learned Final Cut Pro.
Mm.
So before I hired my own editor, I was like, let's try this ourselves. And it was terrible. I mean, I did amazing, but the time invested in editing,
Exactly.
I never want to do it again. So look, just go to YouTube. You can see my screen. I just typed in Premiere Pro tutorial, Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, and this pops up. So you have different ones. I'd probably go for, you see this one on the left, Premiere Pro 2020 for beginners,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
That's an hour long. So it's going to take you some time to learn this, or there's a shortcut, just hire Raven or someone like Raven.
Hire a VA. Yeah, yeah.
Look, I have how many? We have 7 video editors, right? But that's because we need them for our different companies. And
Mhm.
trust me, I don't want to be out there editing stuff unless it's like a TikTok video I can do really quick. That's about it, Raven. Anything else you use to edit videos?
Mm, yeah, I've tried Sony Vegas Pro, and it's similar to Premiere. However, Premiere is like it's a no-brainer that you should use it because Sony Vegas is kind of outdated when it comes to their features, but it's still it's user-friendly. It's easier to use than Premiere, Sony Vegas. It's easier to learn, but when you go deeper into video editing, let's say you want to master it, you want to create videos like full time, you can go ahead and learn the Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects, by the way, Tristan. That's
Ooh, all
yeah,
right. Now you're talking my language, but that's going to require another 5 hours of training.
yeah, maybe more, maybe more.
Exactly. Well, that's why we hire out, man. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't want to have to invest. My job is to just make more business, right? Not
to
edit.
drive, yeah.
We're a team here. All right. So give me more tools in regards to anything else you use when it comes to video. Anything else
Sure.
that you can think of on a daily basis?
Yeah. Okay. So when editing videos, of course, there's a lot of times that you need fillers, right? B-roll, where you where when you're trying to explain something, you try to visualize it. But I get you that right now it's pandemic and you don't want to go out, you want to be safe, so you try to shoot your videos inside your room or your office, and it's kind of hard to shoot B-rolls. So you try to download, but it's not royalty free. However, there are sites where you can sign up for a much cheaper price than to buy each one of your videos to present. So I use Motion Array. Actually, we use Motion Array where you can download royalty free videos. So
Nice.
that's very good when you're trying to explain videos. So for coaches like you, Tristan, it's very useful actually to download from this website actually, Motion Array, on Splash. Um, there's a lot more, but mainly we use Motion Array to download
And
presets.
motion array are just, is that, what does that specifically do? Because I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah. So you can download music, background music you can use for YouTube videos where it's not going to get copyright claims. So
Nice.
it's royalty free, as well as presets where, let's say your title, right? You want an animated title. You can download it and just replace the elements,
Oh,
replace
dude,
the name.
this is my favorite. It's got the Premiere Pro plugin. Easy.
Yeah, it's very useful and very valuable for creators like me to just use stock photos, presets, and that's where you're gonna find it. Motion Array.
Nice, bro. So if you want an explosion, this is where you're going to go.
Yeah, you just search it.
I like this. This is a really good one. Let me grab the link for everybody on this one, because if you're not using this, I think I find it very useful right now. Let me just stop sharing this and go over here. All right, let's get into tools where you store this stuff, because now you're editing the video and it's massive amounts of video. Where are you storing this?
So of course, the most famous Google Drive. We use that. And when we are working together, we use ClickUp. Well, it's like an online office where we can post, schedule tasks. You can monitor your employees' progress in a task. So, and one more thing is that you can upload videos there, so you can store files there. You
Yep.
can organize your workflow there. You can assign tasks there. So highly recommended ClickUp.
Yep.
For free storage websites, of course, you can use Dropbox or Google Drive. It doesn't matter as long as it's doing its job. You can create another account for free if the gigabyte or the storage is used up. So yeah, that's a tip. Create more emails if you want free storage.
That's it, man. I agree. And look, you're going to need a lot of storage because we used up, there's no way you're going to do the free one on this.
Yeah.
So if you're doing video editing, you're going to occupy all that free storage in a day. So Don't do it that way. Get it,
Don't
pay
do
for it. Google's, I prefer Google, and we use Dropbox too. So we use both. Anything else, Raven, that you wanted to talk about that I might have missed?
Okay, so here's a tip. So, when you're trying to mock up a thing, so let's say you have a product, you designed the shirt for a giveaway. Let's say there's an expo or there's an event that you want to give away stuff. So before printing it, you might want to mock it up. So you might want to create a model where the design is incorporated and it's being used. You can go ahead and mock it up. So for mock-ups, you can use Mockup World, Unsplash, and there's a lot more free mock-ups website, and you can use that so you can visualize on how it's going to look like when it gets printed. So this is a tip. So yeah.
I like that, man. Let me share Unsplash here. This is the one you're talking about?
Yep. So that's for royalty-free photos.
Nice. Unsplash is a good one, and also we use Pexels.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so both are good, man. And if you want to type in, like, we're on the beach, so we just type in beach, and all of a sudden you have it. They're royalty free. You can just download them. And there's some, I mean, there's a membership, so you can download the ones that are that. But man, this is good. I think we should do this one again and go a little deeper. I'm pleasantly surprised by your skills. So
thank you.
thanks for being on, Raven. And anybody listening in, if you're looking for a VA that does video editing, graphic design work, and just marketing, go to Virtudesk. Raven, you're not available, are you, for hire?
No, I'm not.
All right.
I got it full time. I'm working for Virtudesk.
Somebody already asked me. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
But you do train the people at Virtudesk as well, right? I'm assuming. All right.
Yes. So yeah, you can just go ahead, go to our website, get a VA, and so I train them, we train them. So what we're doing, they can do it. So yeah,
Good.
just go ahead and
I love it,
visit our
man.
website. Yeah.
Raven, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. And any questions you have, throw them into the Leverage community or just message me. I'm here to help you out. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Raven.